Today we will continue working on the cinema from where we left off in the last update. This time, however, we will not start with the exterior facade, but rather we will move to the interior. The exterior facade will be addressed at the end of this update. For the interior, we have already prepared something. I have marked out the cinema hall, which you can see in the black area. The rest of the area will be in the entrance and the ticket counter. We'll start with the cinema hall, and the most important detail next to the screen is the seating. The seats are built 2 studs wide plus armrests. This way the minifigure has plenty of space to feel comfortable in the cinema and it doesn't look cramped. The chairs are built very simply, as you can see here, but each chair and armrest together use about 10 to 12 pieces. There are 6 seats in a row and we have 6 rows in total, so about 300 pieces have been used just for the seating. But they definitely look good for the cinema. Currently, I'm still experimenting with the arrangement of the rows. Normally, I wouldn't need to build the entire cinema larger to accommodate more rows. However, it will be the cinema in cross-section. Where the black areas are visible, that's where I will stop. There will be also 2 or 3 seats by row in that section. That's why I have decided to leave the rows as they are. This arrangement makes more sense with a screen at the front. The 8 to 16 tile was just used for orientation as a cinema. Hall and the cars have been a proper screen with curtains. On the left side there are 3 bricks that serve as curtains, and on the right side only 2 do at the cross section. This is also because I can slide the screen out and slide my mobile phone into use as a display. This also results in the asymmetric form on the curtains with the 3 bricks and 1 brick. This is because I can't just shorten my phone, but I think it's okay to show a feature film. I also raised the rows of seats, each offset by 1 brick in height. This should ensure that no one seat in front blocks the view and affects the picture. Here's another top view of the setup. You can also see the cross section here. The steps to the seats are still there. We just have to imagine the rest signs. This is the cross section of the cinema. And now we continue with the material battle. The seats have already cost a lot of bricks. The steps for the seats and now the black wall too. It's crazy how many parts have gone into this. Due to the enormous ceiling height, you really need an extreme amount of parts here. But what just be done must be done. And this black wall, yes, it's great. It's really good atmosphere for the cinema. Of course, the cinema atmosphere is also created by the lighting and sound. Those are speakers on the walls. And for the picture, you see the 2 windows. Behind them, there will later be a projector that will project the image into the screen. We will on to Giles sailing over the cinema hall later. First, let's go back to the beginning. This is the initial image and this is a current image. Unfortunately, I couldn't film everything or the construction progress because everything interlocks so that it results in a current picture. But it was really a material battle, starting with the floor tiles, then the white tile. Since the room height is so extremely high, I had to come up with something to make everything look a bit more relaxed. And unfortunately, at its update, I ran out of parts. That's why the curves are in 10. I definitely need to get these parts and attach them in another update. But for the cinema, the lighting has finally already been installed. Unlike the other buildings, I'm a bit behind the shows. This also has to do with the fact that the lighting were sponsored by LeLightGo. The entire cinema will be illuminated by LeLightGo with their lighting systems. windows. A big thank you to them for supporting my project. You can find the link to LeLightGo in the info. Check them out. I really enjoy promotion companies like this. Otherwise, you can find posters everywhere on the walls on such stands by the glass windows. In my case, these are pictures of my own city. These are supposed to be posters for the movies showing in the cinema. Unfortunately, it's not that easy for me because to copyright and such. That's why I use pictures of my own city. This is a passage from the ticket area to the auditoriums. Everything is of course separated here. You can also see the cross section and get a view now inside. I think I don't need to say much more about the ticket area. Everything is there. The ticket counter, the next to it. You can buy popcorn and all sorts of things. Above this ticket area there will be an intermediate ceiling. Above the ceiling another wall has been built, and this wall displays the advertising, movie times, which cinema, all sorts of information. 2 rooms were created on this intermediate ceiling. One is storing all of the electronics, and the small black room is for the film playback technology. But I still need to look at more detailed pictures to see what else needs to be placed here. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten around to get it yet. The same goes for the room behind the ticket area. I spontaneously built a kitchen here. I think there will eventually be an elevator here to reach the upper floors. But I need to check out the space conditions first, because a restaurant is supposed to be built on the large grey area here with a few seating options in this area. Through the large windows you can get a wonderful view of the city and down to the ground floor. On this side there will be a waiting area created. You can also enjoy a wonderful view of the city from here and look down to the ground floor of the other side. A cinema hall will also be built on this large black area. And the mouse is already have got progress here, so things will move forward nicely in one of the next updates. The whole thing itself shows that I have straight seats with these hinge bricks. This allows me to adjust the angle so that the plates lie flat again. Or maybe you have something completely different in mind. I'm curious to hear your option on that. Speaking of which, if you look at the space here, a bowling center would also be really great here. I would have to change quite a bit, but I would definitely tell you to be feasible. So please write in the comments if you would be a good suggestion. And let's take another look at the cinema hall. Now that the ceiling is on, it's completely different atmosphere here. Especially with the 38 minifigures, you have already taken their seats and eagerly await the first movie in the new cinema. But until the film finally starts, you stare at the white screen forever, then comes the eternity announcing advertisements. And when the ads are finally over, most of the popcorn has usually been eaten until finally the film can start. Wait, stop, there's something missing. The dear ice cream seller before the movie. And as usual, 1 or 2 people always step up and buy ice cream. But then everyone should be served and the movie can finally begin. Well, people, as you may know, cinema films and cinema posters are a matter of their own. Publication is strictly prohibited if you do not have the consent of the copyright holders. And none of us can prohibitively afford that. I hope you understand this and are enthusiastic about cinema, because a project like this really challenges you exactly to my taste. And then I'm back again. You can find the entire video on Brigitte and Klotzky's channel. I'll link the video in the description and also up here. Otherwise, I want to thank you all. Thank you very much for allowing me to use the video to show in the cinema. And then we continue building, especially on the facade. There's been quite a bit of progress here too. The second floor and this side is now finished as well. I've put up advertisement on the glass panes and the bollards with the chains in front of the entrance. I'm not satisfied with the window stills yet. I decide on everything once the roof has been completed. And on the main side there have been same changes too. Reed carpet and also the bollards in front of the entrance. I have also printed a few stickers for the flags in front of the cinema. I'm currently testing how to smartly attach the stickers so they look like flags. This isn't the final vision for the flags yet. There will definitely be more to come, and I've already started on the roof, but the bay window tilted to me. I definitely need to put a lot more thought into making sure the roof ends up perfectly matching the building. But unfortunately, that won't be in this episode, because I think quite a lot was happened in this episode. And that's it for today. Please like the video, leave a subscription, and feel free to leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. And that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in and see you soon and goodbye.